Says we're getting married and have a baby on the way. My wife has offered to pay off my $10,000 student debt and $7,500 car loan. How and when should I pay off my debt? I do not want to necessarily pass my debt to my future wife, as we will eventually have to purchase a home. All right, I got a comment about that already. Um, in little context, as we're both in our early 30s, both earn over six figures a year, but the fiance earns about 30% more. So, they get into it. This past year has brought a ton of changes to my personal life. Most notably, the love of my life has agreed to marry me. Amazing. Shortly thereafter, we found out that she was pregnant. I am over the moon and cannot wait to start my family. This will be the first child for both of us. Already staring down the barrel at the cost of a wedding, my mind went into overdrive with the news that a little one will be on the way. I've begun to restructure my personal finances to anticipate this new adventure of ours. My soon-to-be wife has asked that I do the same for her in the near term, as she is self-admittedly not the most financially literate. We're both in our 30s and both earn over six figures a year, though she owns 30% more. She began working right out of high school, so she carries no student loans. She has some debt, but nothing substantial. I owe a very small amount for my student loans, less than 10 grand, and a small amount of a car, which is 7,500. My question is, how and when should I pay off my debt? I do not want to necessarily pass my debt to my future wife, as we will eventually have to purchase a home, and I do not want it to hurt her credit history. I have a budget to pay off all of my debt in full before the baby arrives. However, I will be getting married before I'm able to satisfy the entire amount I owe. My fiance, who has more liquid cash, offered to help pay off the debt entirely, since we'll be joining assets once we're married. I just want to make the most prudent decision for the new additions to the family. Does the timing of any of this matter, or am I making mountains out of molehills? What are your thoughts, Core?
I mean, see, this is a little bit more difficult because, they both got six-figure incomes and he only got 17.5 in debt. Like, and if she's going to help him pay it, and they about to get married and about to have children, that's one thing, right? But you know how I always feel about paying debt. And this is what I tell anybody about paying debt, especially with their income, is to buy an asset and let the assets pay the debt off. And stop trying to, pay into your past and pay into your future, right? So buy an asset that'll pay off that debt. And then you never have to look at the debt again. Let the asset pay the debt. And then after the debt is paid, you still got the asset paying you. Or maybe it'll pay the next debt that you accrue. You know what I mean? So for me, I personally wouldn't pay them squat dush. I would I would buy an asset that would pay them. But
I got a couple thoughts. I mean, the first thought is they are making a mountain out of a molehill. Dog, you got 17.5 in debt. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
What are we talking about?
With at least 200 grand in income.
So you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I get it though. It's all the changes happening at one time. He wants to make sure he's doing the right thing. Which I found funny is the first thing he says is, I don't want to pass my debt on to my future wife. Well, if she's paying for it, aren't you essentially passing your debt to her?
You already passed it to her.
You already passed it to her, dude. Like, what are we talking about here? I think it's dope that they're having a conversation because, again, in my experience, I see people get married who don't even have financial conversations. So at least they're putting it all out on the table and, trying to figure out the right way to do it. So that part is dope. But you're definitely making a mountain out of a molehill, dude. Like, if y'all got the cash to actually pay it, you don't have to pay it. Now, again, you'll be paying interest, but if you're going to buy a house and y'all can have that kind of income and with that kind of savings where you actually can show you can afford to pay for it, you're really making a mountain out of a molehill with that story.
The income ratio is absolutely amazing. Nobody's going to deny you for anything.
Now, here's my question to you, Core. Let's take it back, right? Say you're getting ready to get married. You meet a young lady you want to spend the rest of your life with, and she offers to pay your debt. Would you let her?
Immediately.
Okay. No, I just want to know you. Listen. I know some dudes with egos. I know how dudes. Some dudes have egos who won't allow that.
And listen, I don't know who those dudes are, but y'all get your ass off your shoulders. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Listen, and honestly, it's not just men. It's with some women too. Like, yo,
not paying my debt for me. But listen,
all right, everybody watching, would you let if you before you got married, you found someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, and they wanted to pay your debt off? Would you allow them to?
But here's the thing though, right? It's about, like, for me, And so this is how I feel about any gifts that people give to me because I give freely, right? If I give you something, I gave it to you. Whether it makes you better, if it makes you better, that's all the better. But I never, if I gave you something, it's yours, right? I
Mm-hmm.
felt pay off plenty of people's debt. Not, you
We
know,
ain't talking about dancers, bro. We talking
oh,
about like some.
I'm just saying, right? I gave that freely, right? And so when you give freely, I'm taking freely. Like if you give it to me, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna say thank you. And that's it though. I don't owe you no other debts of gratitude. We not talking about no indentured servitude, none of that.
Y'all
I'm
hear Corey talking about how many people's debts he paid off down in the valley where the girls get naked? But anyway, listen. I just want to know for y'all watching what y'all do. Let's go to these comments real fast though. Larry Elder though. Um, I tried to watch clickbait. Yo, you gotta watch clickbait. Once you watch a couple, I'm telling you, you'll get into it. I wish I would pay off your debt, and you're making six figures too, man. If you don't write that check,
he is writing the check. She offered it to him and he's trying to decide whether or not he won
that fiance is the asset, Corey.
it. She's definitely an asset.
You should talk her about a less expensive wedding so you can pay down the debt.
That's never going to happen.
Same thing with it. Skip the big wedding, elope, and that could be applied to
Never
the debt.
going to happen. That's once the wedding is planned and y'all plan on having that wedding, talking about scaling that wedding back will be grounds for divorce
I like that
before they
comment.
even get married.
They may have way more expenses than they're saying.
That's true.
If I get married, I'm eloping. Okay. So Chastity wants to know what kind of asset would you suggest to pay off the.
I mean, I literally put it in crypto and let it make 10% and use the crypto to pay it, or 10 or 12, 15%, and let the crypto pay
You could buy a restaurant and rent them spoons. No, I'm joking. But
it. Yeah, I literally would just buy crypto on a CFI exchange. I'll probably buy it on whatever one of these CFI exchanges is paying 12 to 15% on your USDC, and then I let that pay it. I don't even have to buy something like I don't even have to think hard.
see, so Kevin says this, right? Kevin says, nah, because that will come up every other week. He ain't gonna be able to do it. Can you do it? I'm not gonna see Kevin, you showing
Listen,
your age
man,
right there, bro.
because see the thing about that, right, is I nipped that in the bud because I tell you up front, if you gave it to me, you gave it to me. And you can bring it up all you want to, and you can throw it in my face all you want to, and all I'm gonna say is thank you every time.
Yeah.
Because that's it. Because I'm never gonna think about it again.
But
Because again,
understand that some people do
because
things for
I
you,
give freely.
but some people, yeah, that's you. Most people don't, in my experience. A lot of people give stuff just for the sake of saying they did and like to throw things in your face that they gave or did for you. Egos and money are and should always be mutually exclusive. Pride will have you eating hot dogs when you could have steak. Talk to him,
Every
Pastor.
day.
Talk to him, Pastor. I would have her pay for clothes and fun. Oh, or invest in a three-family property. Okay, Joe. Joe got the
Hey, right.
exact assets. There we go.
He know exactly what he want.
Shout out to Joe for the amazing use of emojis with the three family.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. There you go.
Right.
Get a nice little triplex right there and get that income coming in. Corey must have never met women. Oh, that's pretty
Oh
funny.
man.
That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that's amazing.
Especially if I could pay my own, pay that down payment on a house and a piece of land. So Adrian, you're a lady and you're saying you don't want the dude paying your stuff. That's interesting too. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not just men. Some women like, yo, I
Yo,
got my
man.
own.
Y'all pride, man. Pride won't let you do it, huh?
Yeah. So Jose said he would. I once dated a young lady who didn't allow me to ever pay for anything. It was confusing at first, but her show was nice.
Hey man, listen. Listen. And the crazy part is I'm into letting people be who they want to be. So if you wanted that, if you a person that don't let me pay for nothing, I'll put my wallet away. I ain't one of them old school dudes that's gonna force it upon you and all that. If you tell me to put my wallet away, I'm gonna stick it in my back pocket.
They're having a
And
baby, so she may change her mind about the wedding.
okay, I'm not. Yeah, that might be one thing.
So I didn't want him to pay my debt off. Instead, I asked for money to invest in commodities, crypto, NFTs, options trading. Then I took that and started paying down debt. Okay, sure, talk to him.
Nice. Talk to him.
Yo, me and my wife did something crazy where on like anniversaries, birthdays, we buy each other assets, but we kind of like gamified it. Like she'll buy me an asset and I'll buy her one. We try to figure out who gets the better rate of return during the course of a year. So we somehow made it competitive.
Nice.
We somehow made it competitive. Yo, she killed me this year though, because for my birthday she bought me some lumber, a stocking of like this lumber company, and that John went
I know that
crazy.
joint went ballistic.
No, that was for our anniversary because it was like the how they got the whatever that is, like this year is wood, this year is paper.
Yeah.
So she was following that too and bought this lumber company, and lumber went out of control. I would if we're getting married, we're going to form like Voltron, but I agree with Corey. Buy the income producing asset and pay the debt. There you go. Wedding 9 days. It's our debt now. We both carry the burden. Hold on. Chassie, you said your wedding's in 9 days? Is that what you're saying? Or are you talking about the story?
After 9 days, I think.
Oh,
I think
wedding nine
after
days.
after nine, I think she meant 90 days. It
Okay.
becomes our debt, and now we both
Got
carry
you.
the burden.
Got you. Oh, okay.
Oh, you about to
Oh,
get married?
okay. Maybe it's only 1,500 recent credit card charge. No big deal. It could pay it off though. Oh, congratulations, Chastity. Congratulations. Who's the lucky guy? As always, mandatory. No fee, no me.
Okay.
Hey,
Real
you
pimp out here.
you out here charging a dowry, bro?
Yeah, man. Like this dude a pimp.
No fee, no me. All right, so Corey brings up a great point though. Buy assets, let assets pay your debt. Right, so that could be our nugget for this evening. Let your
You know,
assets
I'm
pay your
saying,
debt.
especially when you got that kind of when you got that kind of income, right? Now, that's not that easy when your income, your debt to income ratio is,
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Showing congrats to Chastity. Everybody, yeah,
congratulations,
everybody give
Chastity.
Chastity congratulations. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's dope. In 9 days, you ready? You ready?
Are you ready?
That's dope though. Yeah, I'm all about that.